Hey, good afternoon and welcome to Iyun Shulchan Orach. Yesterday's Siman Chaf Aleph, number 21. We're learning about Hilchos Tzitzis, what you do when your tzitzis rip or you want to throw them out. So there's actually three opinions recorded in the Shulchan Aruch and the Ramah over here in Sif Aleph. According to the Shulchan Aruch, it says you can throw it in the garbage. Mishnah the Ramah, first opinion says you shouldn't throw it in the garbage, but it doesn't need geniza. You don't have to go bury it in the earth like a dead person or like a Sefer Torah. But you can't throw it directly in the garbage, in the ashpa. I don't know what that means in your garbage can, or in Israel, they have these garbage dumps over here. Maybe only the garbage dump is called an ashpa. But anyway, if you want to say it refer to any garbage can, you can't throw it in a garbage can directly. You have to put it in a bag or put it on the side, and someone else, the janitor, will come and take it and throw it in the garbage. That's okay. And then you have a third sheet, the machmer sheet of the Ma'aril, who says Tavol of Bracha to do Geniza on your tzitzis. I'm going to tell you the straight out Gemara. The Gemara, there is one Gemara that talks about this. The Gemara in Megillah on Daf Chavav Beis. The Gemara says Chav Zayin Beis. I'm not sure. It says Tashmishe Kedusha Nignazin, Tashmishe Mitzvah Nizrakin. That means Teshuvah Kedusha are things that actually have inherent Kedusha, like Sefer Torah has the parchment, and Tefillin and Mezuzos, they have parchment that are written the words by a sofer, writes of the Shema with the Shemos of Hashem, that inherently has Kedusha. So therefore you have to Nignazin, you have to bury it. Now Nignazin, you could either say it means you let other people, you leave it around so other people bury it. Nignazin is passive form, or Nignazin is that we put them in geniza, and the common practice is not that we should just leave it around and hope that someone puts it in geniza or let other people put it in geniza. We go and actively bury it. We make sure that it's buried. So therefore, the second part of that statement, Tashmishi mitzvah and nizrakin, right, things which are just used for mitzvahs like a shofar and a lulav, and your sukkah and your neschach and your sukkah, or even your matzah. I don't know. These things, these rakin, you're allowed to throw them in the garbage. Nizrakin doesn't mean we put them on the side and let other people throw them in the garbage, because Nignazin means we throw it in the garbage. We don't just make shluchim to put it in the geniza. I mean, sometimes people do, but someone has to make sure to put it in geniza. We don't let the janitor go put it in geniza. He's not going to put it in geniza. So that's Shmishay Mitzvah, the Pashup Shab, and Nizrakin, you're allowed to throw it in the garbage, which is exactly the Shulchan Aruch Paskins. Nizrakin, you're allowed to throw it in the garbage. Nizrakin, throw it in the garbage. As Shulchan Aruch interprets, you can throw it in the garbage. The Ramak somehow comes up with a chumrah over here that you don't need geniza, but you can't mavaze it, so don't throw it in the ashpa. Makom maguna. So let's really clarify. He says, "L'zarkan makom maguna." You shouldn't throw it in zarkan makom maguna. Rotza lomer biyadayim also l'zarkan la'ashpa. Now, ashpa, I don't know if that means a common garbage can. Let's say you just change the bag in your garbage can and you put it in the empty garbage bag. Is that called the ashpa? I would think an ashpa is one of those big trash dumps. Here in Israel, they have some of these big trash dumps you throw your garbage into. That's more of a bizayon. I wouldn't say it's a bizayon to throw it into your garbage can in your kitchen, even there's other stuff in there. Because the Mishnah Berurah says, even according to this opinion, you could leave it on the side and let the janitor, your house cleaner, throw into the garbage. That's not a problem. And the Mariel frustrates me even more. The Mariel says, Tavol of Bracha, those people that are in Geniza. I don't know where the Mariel is coming from. And, I mean, it's obviously a chumrah, because the Gemara is very clear that you don't have to put it in Geniza. And you go and why is that called medaktek b'mitzvos? Machmir medaktek b'mitzvos. You're medaktek b'mitzvos. If you were a medaktek, it means to be precise in mitzvos. If you were precise in mitzvos, you wouldn't do this, because the Gemara says explicitly not to do this. The Gemara says that only Tashmisha Kedusha are nignazin, Tashmisha Mitzvah are nizrakin, not nignazin. That doesn't say that. It says the opposite. So if you're a machmir and a medaktek b'mitzvos, you're trying to follow the Torah precisely, you are not being Makai. I don't know what the Maharil had in mind over here. I don't understand when Acharonim do this. They go and say, you are being precise in the mitzvos. You are not being precise. You're being imprecise in the mitzvos. You're adding on to the Torah. You're being more machmir than the Torah is. There's no reason to. The Gemara explicitly says, don't do it. You don't have to put it in Geniza. So why do you think you're better than the Torah? Tavel of bracha. It's a nice phrase, tavel of bracha. You say, when a person does something really bad, or he's in a really bad situation, he has really bad luck, he's about to die, you say, blessing should rest on the guy's head, or he does something really bad, Yeah. It makes sense. Tavalav bracha, blessings rest on this guy's head. He's doing something really bad, and I don't think people underestimate how terrible it is to be overly machmir in the Torah. The Torah is hard enough. It gave us 613 mitzvos. The Chazal say this in numerous places. The Torah gave you so many mitzvahs, so many obligations, and you want to add more. You want to add more. You want to make it harder for yourself. You want to make it more challenging for yourself. You know how hard it is to keep the 613 mitzvahs. You want to make it harder on yourself. You want to make more chumatzim on yourself. Chazal says this in many places. It says Bal Tosef in the Torah. We know from Eitz Hadas, right, that because Adam Arishon, because Chava added on to the Torah, she had not even allowed to touch the tree. So the Nachash knocked her into the tree, and then she ate from the fruit, gave it Eitz to her husband, and then Klala, all the Klala that came to the world, Misa, death came to the world because of Baal Tosef, because of adding onto the Torah. This is not called a chumrah. This is machmir. I don't know. There has to be some difference between machmir and Baal Tosef, because usually most chumras are Baal Tosef. I would say being machmir maybe when there's a suffix, right? A suffix, you don't know what to do, so you're machmir. You don't know the mitzvah, so therefore you're machmir to stay away from avera. But when you know explicitly, the Gemara says you don't have to put in gniza, and you put in gniza, that is being mosif on the Torah 100% in my books, and I think it's a terrible, grave mistake. You're violating Isha Del Raisa, Tavalav Bracha, not Tavalav Bracha. You're violating Isha Del Raisa, and you should go to jail. See you the next year.